It was going down. It's your boy Larryfly. Now, I'm gonna be a little bit late on this battle I'm about to speak about, but a brother has, you know, other responsibilities, such as kids and uh, 9 to 5, but I'm gonna talk about the easy to block captain battle with Hitman Holla. Now, first, let me start off by saying now I saw the battle late. Like I knew about the battle, but I saw it late again due to the things I had going on. But I did hear about the battle. So heard about the battle, and then I was watching Joe Buttons. Big up to Big Joe. Um, I watched the interview that he had on his show. Easy to Black Captain's on there, so of course I tuned in. I heard about the battle. Um, So I was like, well, let me listen and see what they're saying. So I'm listening, and they're saying that Hitman was 30, and I said okay. Then Hitman actually calls up. Now I try not to be biased, when it comes to battle rap because fans are going to be fans. Some people are going to say this person won. Some people are going to say this person won. So even though I heard about the battle before I watched it for myself, I wanted to listen. I wanted to tune in. I wanted to watch it several times so that I can see exactly what's going on. And when I watch a battle, I try to take out the crowd reactions and things like that because you can bring a whole bunch of friends in and tell them to go crazy when you say something that's not really hard. So I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm sure it does happen. So I'm listening to the interview, and again, Hitman calls up. Easy the Black Captain sitting, in a chair, and one thing that I didn't like was Hitman is a legend in battle rap. Like he's a big name. He's always been a big name. Like I'm a fan of Hitman, and I have a lot of respect for Hitman because he does give out chances. Like people, like he battles anybody anywhere. Like he gives out opportunities, to up and coming artists, um, people that's been there for a while. If you don't like him, if you don't like his flow, whatever the case may be, you got to give that up for him because he does do that, and that's important for the culture. So, um, so I will say that about him. I think that in his battles, he talks about his accolades a lot. Like I think he should spend more time focusing on his opponent than himself and his accolades because his opponent and everybody that a real battle rap fan is gonna know his accolades already. So it's not something that he needs to talk about. Um, but even in the interview, he you know brought that up, and um, he kept saying that he was being booed and things like that. That happens on battle rap. It happens. People get booed. His man gets booed all the time. Um, Aver, he gets booed all the time, and he still goes out there and does his stuff. So you can't really say that that's a reason. But again, I hadn't seen it, so I was like, well, let me not jump to conclusions because I hadn't seen the battle. Now I've seen the battle, right? So I'm watching the battle, and again, I watched it seven times. I watched this battle. I'm gonna watch it again. All right. But I watched this battle about 7 times. And again, I'm the type of person I don't jump to conclusions. Like I've seen some battles, right? I've seen some battles where the first is so crazy. The person that goes first the first person has so much momentum that the crowd will start yelling 3-0, 3-0, even though the other person hasn't even went. Happens to John all the time. um, so I'm watching the battle, and I feel like um, Hitman Holla's first round was a solid round. Like it was a really good round. And so I'm watching. I'm like, okay, I know what Easy can do, but I mean, that round was so solid. I wonder how he's going to take that momentum back, because that's what it is. When you have a round like Hitman Holla did in that first round, regardless of the boos and the things he got before, because he actually got that momentum, and he had people on his side, like you can hear it in the crowd reaction, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, what's Easy gonna do? Like, it's Easy, so I wonder what Easy's gonna do. Easy went in there and did his thing, and I think he snatched the momentum from Hitman Holla in that first round. I just feel like he did, and I'm gonna give that round to Easy, because that's hard to do. Like to have to stand in front of a Hitman and take that shot, a solid shot as it was, and then survive it and then overcome that. That's hard to do. So I'm gonna have to give that. I'm gonna have to give the first round uh, to Easy, and then after that, it was all over but the screaming and shouting. In my opinion, that first round was real solid. He had a few things, in his second and third round, and I was just like, but Easy went off all three rounds, all three rounds. In fact, in my opinion, he looked like a he looked like a young Tay Rock. Remember how Tay Rock used to walk around the stage? Like, Tay Rock still does his thing and he still uses his hands. But we're talking the old Tay Rock, when Tay Rock used to be comfortable and he was walking around in the eye, when he had the cap in your face. He had that cap and it was in your face, and you could tell that it was touching the dude's forehead or wherever he was. He had that old Tay Rock aggression. I mean, he looked like a younger Tay Rock walking around the stage, and I was like, wow. I said, this dude is a monster, and he is. He's been running through everybody, and so I thought, when I was listening to Hitman, I was like, oh, Hitman's gonna come, so he's hearing what I'm hearing, so I know he knows he has to come harder with his next round. It didn't happen for him, and I think after I think that the first round was so solid, to go from that and go down, and then have a okay round against what you just against the momentum that you just lost, and then have it even worse. I thought his third was his weakest, but I don't know. I think that after the momentum was taken from Hitman, I think that everything else was done. I think it was all done. And another thing, man, I you know I know every rapper has their thing, right? Hitman, man, your remixes, you got to do something more like I get the whole thing. That's your thing. I get that's Hitman's thing. He remixes, you know, but you know what? I'm about to remix it. Hitman, you got to change it. You got to change how you do your thing. You got to change the remix. You got to change that. You got to change your remix. The remix, you got to change it. All right? You saw how I did that? You got to change how you do your remix, man, because other dudes are doing your remix better than you do. And you can see, and every time somebody does it, you say, "Oh yeah, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine." It is yours, but they're killing you with your own stuff. Like, your remixes are not how they used to be. I mean, they're just not. Um, I don't know, man. I would just I don't know. I don't know. They brought out Easy brought out Bill Collector. He brought out Bill Collector. I'm gonna get into that battle a little bit. Now, we know things happened. Um, you know, between Hitman, Show Out, and Bill Collector. Bill Collector um, took his lump, right, and then he went in the ring and murdered Hitman. 3-0'd him. That was not even after right after I watched that one, the day it happened, and right after that they did an interview with Hitman, and there was no denying, like, he got 30. So I think that you can't go into a ring with someone like a Bill Collector and someone like a Easy Black Captain, and then do the norm, because what he needed was to make it debatable, in my opinion, again, in just my opinion, to make that battle debatable, he needed to have rounds like his first round. And his first round needed to be his weakest one because of the fire that Easy was letting off. He was just letting off, man. So after I watched the battle, watched it again, and then I start thinking about the Joe Buttons interview and him being on the phone. And he's like, "Oh, this person gave me this round. This person gave me this round." So how do I was like, "Hey, man, a fan's gonna be a fan." Tay Rock is my favorite battle rap of all times. Like he just is, hands down. There's nothing to discuss there for me. But he's lost. You know, when he's lost, like, there's nothing. You know, he's lost, man. And there's nothing that it happens. It just happens. So don't make excuses, man. I mean, you are Hitman. Like Joe was right. Like you have no need to make any excuses, man. You are Hitman. You're the Hitman. You're the Hitman Holla. So, but it happens. Um, and the things you've done, your accolades and things that Hitman's done, it can't be taken away from the dude. So, he's still a legend in the game. I still, if I see he's battling, I'm still gonna watch the battle because it's Hitman. Now, um, you know, I think that we need to, um, stop being biased. Like I get that people, there's all these teams clicked up, right? And you got Cave, or not. Well, I don't even know if the Cave's still around anymore. But you got the Cave gun titles. You got, Geechee and those dudes. You got, the Goonies and whoever. You got all these people, right? You got all these dudes that's clicked up. But the crazy thing is, man, I want to see them battle. Like I would love to see, some of the Cave battle the Cave, gun titles battle gun titles, uh, you know, whoever battle whoever, man. I think that's what we need. Um, why are we clicking up like we clicking up? I don't really know, but um, I get it in a sense, but this is battle rap. We're trying to see who's the best. So how can we see who's the best if we have two guys over here that are similar aggression, the way they spit? I want to see them battle. I want to see some of the horsemen battle each other. I want to see them battle because that's what the sport's about. Sport's about being the best. It's not being safe over here. Like we gonna run through everybody else, but we gonna stay safe over here because this is our team. Because I think when you go against somebody like Easy to Block, I think that and especially now, I think that whoever goes in front of him next, they're gonna know they're gonna have to bring their A game because he's gonna bring his. Like, I think just period. I think when you go against that kind of caliber of a battle rapper, you're going to have to bring your A game. I think that people know that now, and I don't know if it's gonna be hard for him to get booked because um, like, who wants to stand in front of that? Like, I mean, the dude's on a killing spree. I don't know. I mean, he's he's definitely gonna be around for a while. So I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do. So, like I said, I saw the battle late and made this video late. Everything's been talked about, but I like the battle. Regardless of who I felt, was the victor. I liked the battle and I wanted to, give my 2 cents. So here's $1. You keep the change. Larryfly, baby. And I'm out. Peace.